Well, I think it's a really important issue, and you're right, nothing's happened at the federal level. Just a couple things I've been working on locally, which is where a lot of the action is. At the port, we are one of the first or second port looking at the effect, believe it or not, of sea level rise on our business. So you're going to look at infrastructure and flooding, but also the effect on habitat. And we're taking a proactive approach to making sure we understand what is going to happen so that we're ready for it. Roger Hedgecock told me that we shouldn't be looking at it. He's lived in Pacific Beach and Mission Beach his whole life, and there's no. I'm scared of that. He says there's no sea level rise. Well, I said I'd tell the scientists they'd be very relieved. But this whole fight about not having climate change is ridiculous. The other thing that's happening locally is I was chair of the climate initiative at the San Diego Foundation, which was a way to provide philanthropic support for good decision making locally around climate. Two things we did that governments can't do. We provided scientific research. Governments are strapped for money. So we did a study on what the effects of climate change would be on San Diego. Sea level rise was one of them. A threat to water supply is another one. And more intense fires. Those are the three things we identified using scientists, our partnership with scientists at Scripps, oceanography. And we have to figure out how to react to that. The other thing we did is we provided some public opinion research. Ron Roberts was just in here. He's our representative to the California Air Resources Board. And they had to help set targets under California law for how much of a carbon reduction we're going to go for. And we had recommended a pretty aggressive target. And everyone was concerned about, well, will people support us if we vote to take this aggressive target? We did polling that showed San Diegans, A, believe in climate change. They believe it's happening. B, when they want us to be a leader in dealing with carbon emissions statewide. And they also don't see that there's a choice, on one hand, between economic prosperity and on the other hand, between environmental quality. They want both, and they see they both go together. When we gave that information to Ron Roberts, he knew the public was behind him. He had no problem going up there and voting for a 13% target, which was almost triple what LA was going to go for. So I think we've done some stuff here locally. The states set some good examples for the federal government in terms of renewable energy. We've set a goal that a third of our energy will be renewable by 2020 as California. We could do that at the federal level. And I mean, I think we're just going to have to take an awareness of the issue to Washington. Unfortunately, that's one of the issues where League of Conservation Voters has been critical of my opponent, just not supporting the actions we need to take on climate, real energy independence, and carbon reduction.